Hi everyone, I'm Ryan, welcome back to my garage. This week I'm going to continue working on the bike, but before I start that I need to tidy up. It looks like a bomb's gone off, so let me do that and then let's get started. Right everyone, so in an attempt to get that bike running, we have got new spark plugs that took an age to arrive, but they're here now. We've got white vinegar, which I have used to clean the jets in the carburetor during the week, and I'll put that in now so you can see what I did and the results, which I think are positive. And we've got a temporary fuel tank that I can hang on the side of the bike and actually feed fuel into the carburetors. So I'm going to get these in place. I'm going to rebuild the carbs, which are currently just dangling in pieces over here. So I'll get the carbs put back together, get him back on the bike and see what we go. So this is the close-up of all the jets before they go into the vinegar. So let's see what happens. Let the soaking begin. So 24 hours later, just taking the jets out from cleaning. That's what it came out of. So that was the vinegar with all those black bits in it that have come off the jets. And the jets themselves, they look better. I don't think this is necessarily focusing on them, but you can see through them relatively well. So here's the jets cleaned up, and I am going to put them back in the bike. I don't know if the holes are showing obviously like this, but they are clear. I have checked, I can see through all of them. I'm confident that they're much better than they ever were before. So with that, I am going to rebuild the bike, put them back in, and let's see if it works. Carbs reassembled, reattached, and I've just put a little dribble of oil into each cylinder and just leave that for a while whilst I continue to work on reconnecting ignition, exhaust, fuel. So I'm going to do the exhaust next, because optimistic, if it does anything, I want the exhaust to be connected. So let's put them back on. So next I'm going to check the gap on these new spark plugs. I expect they've been gapped correctly straight out the factory. I'll give those a check and get them fitted. Okay, that's all the ignition system reconnected, plugged back in, coil reattached over here, new spark plugs with gap adjusted. So I'm just going to check that we have spark quickly. Yes, see spark that side. Let's check the spark this side. Yes. Okay, spark both sides. Let's put a little bit of fuel in it. In fact, let's connect up the carb next and do the fuel tank, because there's no fuel. Let's do that first. Okay, we now have a fuel line, or tank, small tank, auxiliary one, hanging from the roof, coming down out onto the carbs. So if I now turn the fuel tap on, and we see it dribbling down, here we go. So that's it. We now have fuel. Nothing leaking from either of the float bowls, and nice and full. So fuel is ready to go. Okay, so next I'm going to give a quick squirt of Easy Start into the cylinders, which are opposite of top dead centre, so at the bottom. Try and get some fuel in there, and then insert spark plugs. So in theory they got some fuel to get them started. So let's give it a try. Go for about half choke, very slight throttle, and go. Okay, something. Let's try again. Come on, baby. Something, finally. Was that just gas, or was that petrol as well? Whew. A bit smoky in here now, not surprising. Whew. Right, see if she catches again. Need to air the place out. Let's see if I can get it to go again. Try this again, with less choke this time. So I've adjusted it so I can see that the choke is only partially closed. Let's try. Come on. Let's get some more power. Right. Try now with a bit more juice from the other bike battery. Nearly. Nearly, but not quite. Oh, come on. to restart it with no starting gas. Kill switch was disconnected. All I have got is a large oil leak somewhere at the front. So I'm trying to work out where that's coming from. It's certainly going to be addressed. That is a huge oil leak. It's coming from where? Don't know. Let it cool down and then I'll work it out. Watch this. I'm just so bloody happy right now. Finally, we got some life out of it. So I've got a problem. I've got an oil leak from the front of the engine. Once it's cooled down, I'm going to see if I can work out exactly where that's coming from. I'm suspecting the base gasket. I have had that off several times. I haven't changed it. It was new when I built the engine, but it's been off and on several times since. So if everything's okay, I'll buy a gasket set and I'll fit a gasket set to it. I don't mind doing that at all. That's fine. It's now quite an easy job. So with that, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do a compression test. Once it's cooled down, I'm going to take the plugs out. Is that now running with improved compression? Has something seated or sealed? Or is it still running on very low compression? I'd like to know. I'm curious. So I'm going to test those and let's see where we can get to. But that was the goal of the weekend, get it running. I've achieved it. Thank you for everyone who gave me help, encouragement and suggestions, because there were times I was going to give up. But I'm so glad I didn't. So let's carry on. Okay, it's cooled down enough to do a compression test. Let's see what happens on the left-hand cylinder. Not massively improved, but that is 100. Probably the minimum necessary, but okay. Right, let's try the right. Okay, right hand cylinder. Okay, similar, or slightly lower, 90. But in the, yeah, not ideal, but a damn sight better than I was seeing the other week. So this oil leak, I don't understand. So, this plate here, that is getting soaking wet with oil. So it's coming down here and it's dripping down. Now, that there is covered in oil. So it's clearly coming above this. Now the only thing above this is a head gasket. But the head gasket appears, as far as I can see, to be pretty damn dry. So where the hell is that oil coming from? I can't seem to work it out. I thought it might have been rocker cover, but this top line here is dry, so it's not the rocker, it's not the base, so it has to be the head, I think, or something in there. Maybe there's damage in there. Maybe that's been half my problem all the time. Don't know. I've got another head. Let me give that more thought. Let me look and think carefully where that might be coming from. Okay, so this is my other head, the knackered one. I think it is. However, obviously you've got these metal little tubes that go in here and serve as oil passages. Wondering if I've got something wrong on the way I assembled it, or missed something. I don't think so, but maybe on mine, have I done something silly, missed out this or something? Not sure. I think I might have a look at that though, because that may well be my issue. Can't think what else it might be. Either way, I'm going to have to sort the oil leak out, so I'm going to have to go in, but I know I've got all the working components of an engine, so either way, I don't mind that. Right, one important thing is to work in this garage in the winter is I need to stop the drafts and the cold. And one problem I've got is that my garage door has got this huge gap at the bottom that you can almost get your hands through, and it makes it freezing cold. So I've bought some garage draft excluders. I'm going to try and fit them on the bottom of the door, see if we can't keep some of that wind and leaves out. Well, it took time away from working on the bike, but the bottom of my garage door is now sealed up with a big long draft excluder, and that will make my garage more comfortable to work in. So hopefully that'll give me more hours to work on the bike. So well worth it. Well, that's been a far more positive week than we've had recently, so for that I'm really happy. I've still got some things to do. I've got lots more work to finish off, but please like, subscribe, share this channel. I'm trying to grow it, I'm trying to learn, and so far I'm achieving it with your help. So for that, that's all I've got time for. Thanks very much. See you next week.